Okay, hello and welcome to another Fitness 101 at Renaissance Fitness. I'm Ollie, this is Chris.
Hello.
Same as last time.
This is the third instalment today. We thought we'd talk a bit about meal frequency today. So, how often you're eating. This conventional kind of understanding of this is breakfast, lunch and dinner, so you have 3 meals a day. If you know anything about the bodybuilding world, it's 6 minimum or 12, somewhere between that, or you're doing it wrong.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, so you've got a real crazy kind of barrel of information here. You've got the 3 meals a day, and then you've got the 6, 12, and then you've got the intermittent fasting, which is kind of having 2 meals a day, sometimes 1. It's a pretty confusing world out there. And the biggest issue is that we're told not about how many meals we should eat, but why we should eat more. For example, we're now told if you eat 6 meals a day, you might have a faster metabolism. You're kind of that stoking the fire.
This is the pseudoscience everyone believes. Everyone thinks the more frequently that you eat, it speeds up your metabolism. It's one of those things that people believe. I don't know why. There may be some truth in it, there may not. There's a lot of conflicting evidence. Honest answer is no one is particularly sure what speeds up your metabolism. There are certain things you can eat and certain things you can do to speed up your metabolism, more through training than eating, to be perfectly honest.
But meal frequency, actually, that's what we want to get to, is whether it makes any difference. Because then the opposite end of the argument is it's actually you should eat in a smaller confined window, sort of 8 hours a day and maybe less often, because that might be better for your metabolism. You can burn more fat when you're not eating. So it's a pretty confusing thing. But the truth is actually really simple, which is whether you eat 8 meals, 6 meals, 2 meals a day. They have done lots of studies on this, and they've compared it because there are scientists out there who want to know what the answer is.
It's a nice thought is why I think people like the idea of it. It makes sense logically that if you eat 8 smaller meals, I don't know, something about it not stretching your stomach as big or something. Logically it makes sense.
Smaller meals, your stomach will shrink.
There's science behind all of these little things that in your head you think, yeah, that might happen. It's not quite there.
But, the truth is, the real truth about whether you eat 6, 8, 1 or 2 meals a day is what's the difference in your metabolism, Do you burn more calories? Are you going to lose more fat? And the difference is this. Egg, 0. There's no difference. If you eat the same amount of food, here's the crutch of it. If you eat the same amount of food in 8 meals or in 1 meal, which has been done with people, they've taken people and they've made sure that they eat exactly what they're given. They weigh it, they measure it, they put them in a confined space for up to a week, and the difference is 0. No difference in weight loss or weight gain when they had those 8 meals, or if they ate all that food that was going to be 8 meals in 1 meal. As long as it's the same amount of food, weight gain and loss is exactly the same, depending on the total calorie intake.
And that's fact as well. I mean, you can't argue with that. That's quite simply fact. It's the thing of there will be someone that swears blind to you that
magic bullet.
Through having 1 meal a day or something like this, fasting or something like that, they have lost weight through it. Well, yes, because it harks back to the old thing. No diet is a bad diet. You literally cannot do a bad diet. If you're watching what you eat and restricting your calories, it's going to work. Which is why I think in this case, this works entirely, because he's actually, if you're skipping breakfast, for example, while you're fasting, immediately you're losing, 500 calories a day. You're not losing the weight because you've skipped breakfast. You're losing it because you've taken out that 500 calories a day. Of course you're going to lose weight. The fact that you've done it either in the morning or the evening or had 1 meal or loads of meals doesn't matter. You've still lost the calories. So I think that's more how it works. People like to believe there's lots of other stuff going on that makes us feel better. If that helps you do it, do it.
Yeah, that's fine. That's the truth. That kind of brings in a point of, say, intermittent fasting or the opposite end of eating 6 meals. If it works better for you and you find it a more manageable approach and you manage to lose weight from it, then that's great.
Keep doing it.
But the point is, obviously you need to find out what works for you. But knowing that basics, as we like to say with this Fitness 101, of it's all about the calories. You don't need to eat 8 meals, 6 meals or 1 meal. Be flexible with that.
And I just think, 8 meals might work, but 1 meal might work as well. There's not a right answer. If 1 meal works for you, it's worked. If 8 meals work for you, it's worked. If 3, if you bang in the middle, fine.
And this is what I actually want to do, which kind of allows to make things easier, and turns things round.
Oh, he just looks angry.
I know, but wait there, we're going to turn things around so we get a smile, because the point is, if it doesn't matter how many meals you can eat, it adds a lot of flexibility to your day, because suddenly, if one morning you wake up and you're not hungry and you skip breakfast, and you just have lunch and dinner, and that equals 1,500 calories, and that was effortless. You've just effortlessly lost weight on that day.
And that's the point, is what works for you
Yeah.
is the right answer.
And you know, if another day you wake up and you're in a bit of a rush, but you still have a piece of fruit, and then you have a little healthy snack, say kind of mid-morning of some natural yogurt and some fruit, and then you end up having 4 or 5 meals, but they're all really good, really healthy, and you haven't actually overeaten, you can still smile because you're still losing weight.
And mix and match it. One day you might have all the time in the world, you might have a day off, chill out, cook your meals, make some nice food, fine. One day you might be really busy, balls to the wall at work, have one meal when you get home, fine. Just do whatever works for you.
And that's the point, you know. So what's great about that is, let's say you wake up or you're out with friends and you have a huge cooked breakfast and you feel really full, because the truth is, it doesn't matter how many meals you eat. You don't need to think, oh, I don't want to eat another 5 meals today. You don't need to. If you just eat dinner that day.
It's that thing, listen to your body. Think about it. We used the analogy before of your calories are spending your money. You start the day with, we use 1,500 because it's just an easy number to do, to be honest. You start your day with 1,500, you have a big old fry up in the morning, you've spent a good, 700 of those. You're not going to need to spend the rest of it until later in the day. That's fine. That's absolutely fine. If it works for you, it is the right way. People will be listening to this thinking, we tell them all of this, we tell them the simple information, and then they almost come to us at the end and go, so what is the best way, really? Like we keep it a secret, like it's a big, what's the optimal? The truth is, the one that works for you is the one that works. The trick is finding something based around your life. We've said it before and we'll say it again, fitness should be an accessory to your life, not become it. If you're sat there boxing up 8 meals on your Sunday, personally, I mean, it works for some people, personally, something's gone wrong, you're a bit boring, to be honest.
Yeah, you know, you shouldn't need to do things like that. You know, you can be flexible. Obviously, as you say, what works for you is fine. But, you know, the truth is, like we say, there is no magic bullet. So don't cry about it. Don't get upset. Just relax. Know that you can be flexible. As we've said in the previous episodes, focus on calories and food quality first, and think like we do. You know, some days we end up eating 4 or 5 kind of meals because we might have snacked more. Other days it might literally just be 2 meals, because say you've had really big meals, but because we're not overeating and we're eating the right things, we're still managing to maintain our weight. So kind of there's you. There is no perfect meal frequency. Be flexible with that.
And don't beat yourself up.
Yeah.
There's not a wrong answer in this. It's listen to your body. How do you feel? If you're hungry, eat. If you're not, don't. Simple as that.
Yeah. Easy. Simple. Done.
Easy peasy. Stay tuned for the next instalment of Fitness 101, episode 4. I think we're going to touch on meal timings. So
don't give them too much info.
Won't give too much away. Stay tuned. You'll have to watch to find out.
Yeah. It's coming soon.